What's going on, Knicks fans? Your boy O coming to you after a tough loss to the Boston Celtics, 117 and 119. What can I tell you? I'll summarize this like I like to summarize any of my contributions to the internet. The good, the bad, and the ugly. So the good, listen, Jalen Brunson is back. Jalen Brunson is back to doing what he does. Gave us 27 tonight, right? 27 efficiently. Still a -2 in that ridiculous stat that is called plus minus. But anyway, 27 points from Jalen Brunson. Also part of the good, Karl Anthony Towns. Karl Anthony Towns had an amazing game today. What can I tell you about Karl Anthony Towns? 34 points, but for me, that first quarter was what we always need from Karl Anthony Towns. The league has decided that they could put smaller defenders on Karl Anthony Towns, and tonight he let you know that that's not going to work. Time and time again, he was taking guys to the rim, taking guys to the bar, taking guys to the hole, playing through contact. Sometimes you get a lot of complaining from Karl. You didn't see too much of that tonight. I think he was focused tonight. It was good to see. I hope that we see more of that when Karl is focused. He's a beast. Offensively, he's a beast. So, yeah, man, that's the good for us. The bad for me are the turnovers. Now, we weren't killed on turnovers. I'm going to say that I think it was like maybe 7 or 8 that we had compared to them. They had like 12 or something like that. But we have situationally, we have a knack. We have a problem with turnovers, right? So I'm going to give you a little history here. You go back to when we lost to Miami, final possession of the game was a turnover. You go back to when we advanced in the playoffs versus the Philadelphia 76ers. You go back to those games, late in those games. We just had a knack for having boneheaded turnovers, man. You go on to the Indiana Pacers series. Same deal. We got late in games, close games, boneheaded turnovers. And tonight you saw that again. It was really bothersome for me because I'm beginning to think that we have a problem with focus in those moments. I'm beginning to feel that we don't have the mental toughness to persevere through those moments. You got to stay focused. You got to be smart. And you have to know how to execute because when you have that much talent on the court together, that Boston team is an incredibly talented team. They'll probably be competing for the championship again. I think that goes without saying even. They're the champs till you beat the champs. But we have a knack at turnovers. You know, we had Jalen trying to make a pass to Josh cutting through the lane, totally misreads it and throws the ball away. There was another one that we saved late in the game, but disrupts the flow of the offense. Shot clock is winding down. Now we get into a desperate shot. You know, you got to be smarter there. And then the final offensive possession of the game that mattered, Mikal has the ball glance off his shoulder because he takes his eyes off of it and it goes out of bounds. And that pretty much was a ball game. And it sucks to say that to Mikal because on the good side with Mikal played really good D tonight. And it was tough to see because Jason Tatum is an all-world player. But, you know, if you're watching the game and you see Jason Tatum go through his moves, Mikal's beating him to the spot. And when he's pulling up to make that shot, Mikal's got a hand in his face without fouling him. So that's good D. That's textbook D. You can't get any better than that. You can't get any better than that. And guess what? Jason Tatum was still making those shots. So not about to kill Mikal for that, but as far as the team on the whole, with the turnovers late in games, man, it's a thing for me. It's a thing for me that we turn the ball over late in games. So something to look out for. We'll see how that proceeds, but something to look out for, those late in the game turnovers. The ugly for me. Maybe this isn't really the ugly, but for me, this is a problem. Karl Anthony Towns is one of the most talented three-point shooting bigs in NBA history. Karl Anthony Towns had 1 3 tonight. Now, granted, he had 34 points, right? 34 points. And you know, what more could you ask? Well, we struggle sometimes to put up offense. We struggle sometimes to go through the most. We have droughts. You see them go on runs. The Boston Celtics, Kristaps Porzingis, amazing today. Amazing. He led the team for them. What, he had 34 points for them, including a logo 3 that was sick. He's a tough cover, of course, but we have a similar kind of weapon, and we don't do that. And it's a problem for me because if you look at things like point in the paint, right? Well, we killed them points in the paint. We killed them. I think we doubled them, like 30 to 60 or something like that. But guess what? They had about 23s on us, 2 out of 10. You know, 3 for 2 all night. I'll take it. So what are we doing? Sometimes we got to be a little more strategic with what we do on the court. We have good players. We got to put them in a scheme. This your turn, my turn offense. Sometimes ain't it. We used to complain about ISO ball with Jalen. We're going to get the same thing now because this is what we do. I wish we were a little bit smarter in what we do offensively in that regard, man. We have to give one of the most talented bigs in the league shooting the ball those opportunities behind the arc, man. We need to draw up plays that get them those looks just to get the points on the board, man, because like I said, we struggle at times. That said, you know what? I'm not discouraged. It was the first time all year that we really had our team on the floor. We really got to see what we're bringing into the playoffs. Jalen was healthy, Karl was healthy, Mitch was healthy, and I don't think we've had that all year long. So people pointed our record against the contenders, but guess what? This is the first time we were fully staffed to match up against contenders, and we had a great game. So that's a positive for me. The good, the bad, the ugly, I gave it to you, but that's still a positive for me. We competed at a high level, and we didn't fold under pressure. So yeah, man, that's what I got for you tonight. I'm a little tired. It's what? Oh shit, it's midnight. So yeah, thank you for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed that clip. If you have some points, some comments to make about it, please make them. Peace, 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 peace.